Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make this wave of autumn crochet blanket step by step. This pattern is beginner friendly and works up quickly using super bulky yarn, so you'll have a warm, cozy blanket in no time. I'll show you everything from starting your foundation row to finishing your edges, so even if this is your first big project, you can follow along with confidence. So grab your yarn and your hook and let's get started. So for the actual blanket, I've used Umami yarn by Hobby, which is a super bulky weight yarn. This is a mix of acrylic and wool, and it calls for a 10mm crochet hook, but we are going to use a 12mm crochet hook in order to create that nice chunky effect. And for this video, I'm going to be using a 6mm crochet hook and worsted weight yarn, just to make things easier to see and to understand when I'm working through every row of the pattern. You're going to start by making a slip knot, and for this sample I'm going to work 26 chains in total. And after working your initial number of chains, you're going to work a half double crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then you're going to work one half double crochet into the next 4 chains. So in total you will have 5 half double crochets on this first part of the row. After working 5 half double crochets, you're going to work 1 slip stitch into the next 5 chains. So you should have 5 slip stitches in total after the 5 half double crochets you just worked. And after working 5 slip stitches, you're going to work 1 half double crochet into the next 5 chains. And now this is a sequence you're going to continue repeating along the first row. You're going to work 1 slip stitch into the next 5 chains and 1 half double crochet into the next 5 chains until you get to the end of the row. So here I'm working on the last half double crochet of the row, and this is how your work should be looking by now. And for this sample you should have 3 waves of 5 half double crochets. Then you're going to work 1 chain and turn your work. And now you're going to start working in the back loop of the stitch. So instead of inserting your hook through both loops, you're going to go through the back loop only and work 1 half double crochet into that back loop of the stitch, and that would be the loop that is further away from you. So you're going to work 1 half double crochet in the back loop only into the next 5 half double crochets available. And after working 5 half double crochets in the back loop only, you're going to work 1 slip stitch in the back loop only into the next 5 slip stitches. So again, you're going to tilt your work a little bit so you can find the back loop of the slip stitches you worked on the previous row, and there you'll be able to see it. So you're going to work a slip stitch in the back loop only into the next 5 slip stitches. And now you're going to continue working on the same pattern, repeat. You're going to work 1 half double crochet in the back loop only into the next 5 half double crochets. And after working 5 half double crochets in the back loop only, you're going to work 1 slip stitch in the back loop only into the next 5 slip stitches. And you're going to continue working this way until you get to the end of the row, and then I will show you what to do next. So when you have only 1 half double crochet to work at the end of the row, you're going to bring your new color, and this is only if you're going to work with 2 colors like I did. So I'm going to bring the off-white, and instead of going through the back loop of the stitch, I'm going to go through both loops into the last stitch. And I'm going to start a half double crochet, and I'm not going to close it with color A. I'm going to bring color B and close this stitch with color B. And then I'm going to make sure everything is tight enough, and I'm going to work 1 chain. And this is going to be row number 2 completed. And by attaching the yarn this way, you're going to avoid having to weave in any ends when you finish your blanket. So you're going to start by working 1 slip stitch into the next 5 half double crochets, and again you're going to go through the back loop only as we did before. Then you're going to work 1 half double crochet in the back loop only into the next 5 slip stitches from the previous row. And again, if you tilt your work, you'll be able to see the back loop of the slip stitches. And now you're going to continue working, repeating the sequence of working 1 slip stitch in the back loop only into the next 5 half double crochets, and 1 half double crochet in the back loop only into the next 5 slip stitches until you get to the end of the row. And when you're working on the last slip stitch of the row, you're going to go through both loops of the stitch. And this is going to be row number 3 completed. You're going to work 1 chain and turn your work. And now you're going to work a slip stitch in the back loop only into the next 5 slip stitches. And remember to tilt your work a little bit so you can find the back loop of the stitch. Then you're going to work 1 half double crochet in the back loop only into the next 5 half double crochets, and you're going to continue working on the sequence of working 5 slip stitches and 5 half double crochets until you get to the end of the row. I'm now working on the last slip stitch of the row, and again I'm going to go through both loops of the stitch, and as before you're not going to close this stitch with the same color because we're going to change to color A. So you're going to bring color A back and close the slip stitch, and then you're going to drop color B because we're going to use it for the next rows, and make sure everything is tight. And you're going to work 1 chain and turn your work, and you're going to start working on row number 5. So you're going to go through the back loop of the stitch and work 1 half double crochet into the next 5 slip stitches. And after working 5 half double crochets in the back loop only, you're going to work 1 slip stitch in the back loop only into the next 5 half double crochets. And now you're going to continue working on this sequence of half double crochets in the back loop only and slip stitches in the back loop only until you get to the end of the row. And when you're working on the last half double crochet, as before, you're going to go through both loops of the stitch, and then you're going to work 1 chain and turn your work. And now for row 6, you're going to repeat row 5, but you're going to go through the back loop of the stitches, and you're going to continue working this way until the end of the row. And here I'm at the end of the row, so I'm going to close the last half double crochet using color B, and you're going to drop color A and work 1 chain and turn your work. And as you can see, we have the little floats on the side, but don't worry because we're going to hide them when we work on the border. So now you're going to continue working, repeating rows number 3 to 6 until you get the length that you want for your blanket. And then I'm going to show you how to work on the border of the blanket. So when you finish the last half double crochet of the repeats of rows number 3 to 6, you should finish on color A and start working with color B, which is the off-white in this case. And now your work should be on the right side. As you can see, this is what the right side of the blanket is going to look like. And we're going to start working on the border. So after working one chain, you're going to work one slip stitch into the next 5 half double crochets of the top of your blanket, and you're going to go through both loops of the stitch. After working 5 slip stitches in total, you're going to work one single crochet into the next 5 slip stitches of the top of the blanket, and again you're going to go through both loops of the stitch. And this is a sequence you're going to continue working until you get to the end of the row. So you're going to work slip stitches on top of half double crochets and single crochets on top of half double crochets until you get to the end of the row. And when you get to the end of the row, this is going to be the corner, and you're going to work 2 chains and turn your work so you can start working on the side of the blanket. And you're going to place 1 single crochet or 3 single crochets in total into those 2 rows of half double crochet, as you can see here. And then you're going to place 1 single crochet into those 2 rows of slip stitches. And this is a way you're going to continue working on the side of the blanket in order to keep a balanced edge. And when you're working those stitches, make sure your work is not too tight, otherwise the blanket can shrink. So go ahead and continue placing single crochets, and I will show you what to do next. So here I'm working on the last single crochet of the vertical side of the blanket, and when you get there you're going to work 2 chains, and this is going to mark the corner space of your blanket. And now you're going to work on the bottom edge of the blanket, and you're going to repeat what we did on the top. So you're going to place a slip stitch into each half double crochet of the bottom of the blanket, and then 1 single crochet on top of each slip stitch until you get to the end of the row. And when you get to the end of the row, you're going to work 2 chains in order to mark the corner space. And then you're going to place single crochets on the vertical side as we did on the other side of the blanket until you get to the top of the blanket or the beginning of the round. And here you have the floats, so you're going to make sure you place the single crochets and you grab those floats of yarns in order to hide them when you are working on the border. So here I've completed the 4 sides of the blanket, and as you can see, the border looks very neat. Then you're going to work 2 chains and work a slip stitch into the first slip stitch of the border. And here you can change colors if you want. You can bring color A back and close the last slip stitch with color A, or you can continue working with color B. So you're going to work 1 chain and place 1 single crochet into each stitch available until you get to the next corner space. And when you get to that 2 chain space from the corner space, you're going to work 3 single crochets into the chain space. And then you're going to rotate your work to continue working on the side of the blanket. And again, you're going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch available. And you're going to continue working this way until the border of your blanket is completed. So here I'm placing the last 3 single crochets on that last corner space, and then you're going to work a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round, and you can go ahead and cut the yarn because your blanket is finished. You can also make more rows of single crochets if you want a thicker border, but that's up to you. So now this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoy making this blanket. It would be a lovely project to work on and to have in your house. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!